We can't believe it, but it's confirmed. The Sia boys are alive at the end of K-pop Demon Hunters. And if you thought everything was over with that final showdown, get ready, because this is just the beginning. Let's go over the details that many overlooked and that now, with more context, reveal something that simply cannot be a coincidence. From the first moment we saw that scene of total chaos, where the hunters faced the demons for the last time, everything seemed clear. The last definitive defeat. But if we look more closely, we will see signs pointing in another direction. For example, Aimonu, the talenta Saja, Milake, when Ray launches his final attack, we notice there is a camera cut right before the blow reaches Zion. And guess what? We don't see a Teisiasis como ver hacia uno hacia la classic visual effect of disintegration that accompanies demonic death. Instead, the only thing that appears is a cloud of purple smoke. And as we all know, purple smoke doesn't mean death, it means escape. Subscribe if you like the video, because it doesn't end there. There's another scene, right when the stage lights go out and you only hear the crowd screams, where a silhouette appears running down the back stairs. Although it is not clearly distinguishable who it is, the more detail-oriented fans have compared the silhouette to the characteristic posture of Tase, the most agile of the Zia boys. The way he runs, the slight silver gleam on his jacket, everything matches. Coincidence? I don't think so. Also, in the epilogue of the movie, when Zoe and Mira reunite with the team at the secret base, there's a moment where there's a wide pan of the monitor showing demonic activity. Among all the points marked on the map, there's one blinking red north of Seoul. And if you remember the classified files briefly shown earlier in the movie, that exact place was an old hideout of the Zia boys. This is not a random clue. It's a silent statement that they are still there, alive and planning something. Another curious detail is the tattoo on Ray's neck, which activates just before the JTM shakes for the last time. In a fake interview within the K-pop Demon Hunters universe, it is said that this symbol only reacts to demons of the same blood. So, if the tattoo was activated, doesn't that mean at least one of the Zia boys was nearby? Maybe too close. And if you still have doubts, let's go with the wildest theory, but one that is gaining more traction. In the last scene of the movie, during the new concert of Zoe and the girls, we see two fans in the audience with hats and face masks. Nothing unusual, right? But if you pause and zoom in, you'll notice that one of them is wearing an earring that only members of the elite demonic squad used. And no, it wasn't sold as official merch, it was exclusive. Moreover, their eyes briefly shine when the camera passes by them. They shine like the eyes of demons when their power tries to manifest. The most accepted theory now is that Zion and Taze escaped through an alternate portal just before the collapse of the JOTM, while the rest, including Kyle, managed to hide in the intermediate plane, a place between the underworld and the human world where time does not pass the same way. In fact, in an official comic published by the same production, there is a panel where it is mentioned that not everyone who fell that night disappeared, and for many, that is a direct confirmation. Now, if the Zia boys are still alive, that can only mean one thing: revenge. The sequel could focus on how they return with a new identity, maybe even as undercover idols, blending into the K-pop world to infiltrate from within. Can you imagine one of them joining a new rival group of the Hunters? That would be the masterstroke. And the definitive clue. In the post-credits teaser of the movie, a song is heard that is not on any album. The voice is distorted, but it sounds a lot like Zion's deep tone. What if that was his cryptic message? A warning? In any case, Molossos, Siedes, now we know it wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something much bigger. A silent war between the hunters and the demons hiding behind the spotlights. And if the Zia boys are back, the world of K-pop will never be the same again. Subscribe if you liked the video. Because if you also believe this is just the beginning, you won't want to miss everything that's coming.